So George, can you tell us how you met your Thai wife and
Really?
how progress?
I have to tell you that?
Yeah,
Okay.
just let us know.
Okay, going into the nook and crannies.
Yep.
Right, I met my wife about 9 years ago, actually. We met originally, I was just lucky, to be honest. I walked in Starbucks and, I just sat down and she was sat over there and I literally went up to her and started talking in Thai to her.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went up, started talking in Thai to her, got chatting a little bit for an hour, and then I got a line up, and then kind of left. Thought nothing of it too much. I was just like, she's nice, like, and then text her. She texts back straight away.
Wow.
And then met her a couple of days later, and then like it was about an hour. It was about 45 minutes away in traffic because I was in Bangkok at the time.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I was in a lot of traffic, and we met again in Starbucks, and we spoke in Thai again for like an hour or so. A little bit English, but mainly all in Thai. And then she was like, "Oh, you're not getting the bus home?" Because I was getting the bus home at that time. I'd not got a motorbike, I'd not got anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, she was like, "Oh, I'll give you a lift home." And then she drove like 45 minutes out of her way to take me home, and then went home again.
Can I
was
ask
just
you?
like, I was a bit like, okay, this girl's different, like than the girls I'd met like in Thailand before. So.
Can I ask you, why did you start learning Thai? And was it difficult to learn? Because a lot of men are coming to Thailand and they're just expecting Thai people to speak English.
Yeah.
And
Thai is a constant struggle to learn. It's very difficult. I had lessons for like 4 years, one-on-one with a teacher for like 2 hours every week. And I did self-study at home for hours and hours and hours, to be honest with you. Just like 8 hours a day sometimes. And
wow.
Yeah,
So
crazy
really
amount.
committed.
Yeah, like it was crazy amount. And now I've like lost a bit. I think I was better like a few years ago because I've not practiced as much. So you've got to constantly keep doing it. I'm not fluent, but I'm okay. I can have conversations.
Is it necessary to be fluent in Thai to meet a nice Thai lady?
It helps to know some Thai, for sure. As I say, my initial conversation with, my wife now was conducted in Thai. The two first times I met her, 2 first dates I went on, was all in Thai. And then it kind of slowly, I realised that she could speak English. She was just like too shy to even speak. She was very good not very good, but she was good at reading and writing.
Yeah.
But just never had practice speaking, but could actually do quite a bit. Because she's like degree and she did a lot of college and stuff and learned quite a bit as well, but just never had practice, never met a foreigner before me.
Really?
So never practiced English with any foreigner, apart from maybe an odd teacher at school, maybe, but I think most of the teachers were Thai.
Okay.
Because she's like 40 now. It's quite a long time ago. They didn't have many foreigners teaching her, and she went to school in Priao, which is right up in the north. So hardly any foreigners are up there. So,
so no opportunity to practice either.
Huh?
No opportunity to practice
no,
either.
So no chance to practice either.
So you got married. Was that organised, or was it a romantic thing, or did you get down on your knees and ask her?
Yeah, I just did like most things do, just get down on one knee and propose in the garden. I don't think I did anything that fancy, to be honest. I kind of regret that now, to be honest. But and then we got, I think I'd known her about 2 years when we got married. Got engaged, and then we got married in Thailand.
Yep.
In the north. Well, we kind of had 2 weddings. I wanted 3, but we went to the Maldives, just me and my wife.
Beautiful.
No one else, So I went 4 days in the Maldives. So we had a bit of a ceremony there in the Maldives, which was really nice.
Yep.
And then we also had like a ceremony for her culture, because she's like Thai, but she's from Priao, so she's Mian. Yeah, she's Mian. So we had a Mian ceremony in the north. So I dressed all in the Mian outfit.
So that's another thing.
Yeah, that was quite unusual.
Yeah,
she's kind of Thai, but her mum and dad are Mian.
Yeah.
So they actually don't speak Thai at all.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, which was a bit of an eye-opener when I went to the north, to meet her parents for the first time. They speak completely different language.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, they don't speak Thai.
Yeah.
So I was like, I knew Thai, and then I went there, and like, they all switched language, my missus as well. Like,
well,
my wife as well. So it was like,
yeah.
And it's not even a written or...
it's just a verbal language.
Yeah, it's just a verbal language. So, it's like Chinese. It's completely different. It's not like Isan. It's completely different. It's Chinese, basically.
Wow, that's really interesting. And
Yeah,
now,
they don't swaddy, they don't nothing.
Oh, wow.
Weird, yeah. It was a bit of an eye opener.
Yeah,
and all the brothers and sisters switch language up there, and then sometimes they mix the language, so they'll switch Mian to Thai, or
Yep.
like the brothers and sisters do. So they'll switch from Northern Thai to like Mian mixed in.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, or
interesting.
Mian mixed with a bit of Thai, and I'm like, is this Thai? And I'm so confused up there. It's just like I kind of give up there because it's just too hard. But around here, this kind of central Thai is okay. I can kind of understand quite a lot that goes on.
So you're working in China now, but,
I am,
but
yes.
You've bought a house in Thailand.
Yes.
You've got a full-on family. You've got kids, dogs, everything like that. What are your roles in sort of the family situation like with your Thai wife?
Okay.
Considering you're working in China as well, how do you work that out?
Okay. Yeah, my wife's very flexible. She's really easygoing. She's like, oh, if you got to work, then that's good for the family, good for me, good for the family. So she's like all about the family. If the family's happy, and yeah, she's happy. Take care of the kids at home, and me work away and just come back for holidays at the moment. But I worked in Thailand a long time before.
Yeah.
I worked 12 years here in Thailand, about 11 years about. Yeah. And now I'm out in China at the moment. I'm not sure how long I'm staying out there, but yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. And if foreign men were thinking about coming to Thailand or Southeast Asia in the whole, should they just come for a couple of weeks, or do you think they should go right? I need to spend longer time here to absorb it all because it's overwhelming when you get here. What would you suggest to the men?
Okay, if you're first coming over here, I mean, 2-week holiday's great, but you're never going to meet a nice Thai woman in 2 weeks.
Sure.
It's just, unless you're the luckiest person on earth, then, it's generally not going to happen. You need to spend a long period of time here. Use a service like yourselves, or, have some contacts in Thailand with normal friends here.
Yep.
I mean, another good way would be like, take up a language course when you get here, then you got to
Great
meet
idea.
a Thai teacher, and then maybe she's got some friends, or, something like this could happen.
A great idea.
That's what happened to me actually. I had my Thai language teacher, and then like she suddenly like, oh, I got these friends, but then I just suddenly met my wife at the same time, and it was just like, oh, it's okay now.
The world started opening up.
Because I'd like been learning with her for a year, 2 years. She suddenly like really trusts me, and like, okay, this guy's okay, and some of her circle of friends maybe, that does happen. It can happen, I think, if you have a Thai language teacher in Thailand. That's a good way to go, but it's very difficult if you come here for 2 weeks. I think near on impossible to meet a nice middle-class Thai lady.
What would you suggest is a good time for men to come and stay
You need to come here a couple of months, but not only that, you need to spend time outside of the tourist areas.
Yeah.
So you need to get out of, everywhere where people normally go. Get out of these areas. But I mean, even in Bangkok, if you just go to the outskirts of Bangkok, it's very different than, just these areas here, around where we are at the moment. We're around Asok, which is this foreigners everywhere around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think meeting a Thai woman around here might be tricky because they've met a lot of foreigners here. They've probably dated other foreigners here. They're probably, I'm not going to say they're not the best choice, but I don't know. I think there's better areas you can go to meet Thai women.